Thunderblade was originally released in the arcades in 1987, and this Master System port hit in 1988. Full disclaimer here. I owned this game when I was young, and while I remember getting further than what you're going to see here, I have always, and I repeat, always sucked at this game. Thunderblade is part vertical shooter, part Space Harrier 3D-ish behind the helicopter shooter. The top-down portions are quite fun, but the 3D portions are extremely choppy, running at an exceedingly low frame rate, which makes it just about impossible to dodge incoming bullets and environmental obstacles. Gameplay is pretty simple. You have the ability to shoot your primary weapon as well as ground missiles, which can take out tanks. The ground missiles take a second or two to fire. I guess it's because they're reloading or something, so you can't mash on the button as you can with the regular fire button. Oh, I should also mention that there's no turbo here, so if you have a turbo controller, use it. There are also no power-ups to be seen in the entire game. It's just those two attacks and your ability to dodge, which will determine how far you make it. To be perfectly honest, the only reason this game really remains fun to me to this very day is because of the nostalgia factor. Back in the day, those 3D areas were absolutely awesome. Today, I look and go, oh my goodness, because they hinder the gameplay a lot. The Master System just wasn't powerful enough to handle everything that's being thrown at it. The whole game alternates between the overhead sections and the 3D areas, and in total there are 12 sections broken up over 4 stages. While the graphics are nice and bright, I gotta say that it's not the most impressive game on the Master System, and when you hit those 3D areas, the frame rate takes a pounding, as you can see. The bullets basically have 2 frames of animation, one when they're in the background, one when they're in the foreground, and then you're pretty much dead. The difficulty is incredibly high in this one, so be warned. I've always enjoyed the music for what it's worth, but if you really want to experience this game, I wholeheartedly recommend you check out its sequel, Super Thunderblade, on the Sega Genesis for a much more fleshed out experience. This one's really hard to recommend unless you have the nostalgia factor like I do, only because of those 3D areas. They can make the game painfully hard, and it can get frustrating very, very quickly. That said, if you have your rose-tinted nostalgia glasses on, give this one a whirl. It's really cheap. You can pick it up on eBay for around $10 to $15, and you might really enjoy yourself. So go ahead and check it out if you find this footage looks interesting to you.